This is lesson 63. We keep dressing the numbers up here. This time I'd like you to tackle a shot of my most favourite city in the world, which is Venice. I've been many times and I never tire of seeing it. It's just a beautiful place. And this time I want to capture it just as, hopefully, as the sun is setting and it's evening. Most of the tourists have gone, and this is what we're left with. Now the colours today are a strange combination. I've put raw sienna with cadmium red, that's to give me a nice glow. Alizarin crimson plus French ultra, that'll give me a sort of near the horizon colour. And then French ultra and burnt umber for the top of the sky, and then the rest of the stuff we'll make up from the rest of that. So they're the basic colours. So I'll take that out of the way now, because you'll not need it anymore. And this is what we've got. So first thing I want to do is I want to put a wash all over it and wet the paper first. This is just clean water. This. Good paper. This is I'm using the paper called Saunders Waterford, and it's 200 £, and it's not high white. No, it's just normal. And it's a bit rough, and it's 200 £, or 420 grams, whichever language you speak in. But the main thing about it, I don't have to stretch it, because I hate stretching paper, and of course it doesn't cockle, which is lovely. That's what I want. So let's put a bit of a glow on this sky. Let's see how we go. I mean, it might go pear shaped, but we'll see how we go, shall we? We'll make it up as we go along. I like doing that. Of course, you realise that watercolours always dry 50% lighter. So don't be frightened of putting too much paint on, because it'll dry on you, and once it dries it gets lighter. But don't worry about it, we'll sort it out. That's the first wash. I'm going to try and put some near the horizon here. I might let it dry off, just get that shine off a little bit there before I tack it again. Sort of the real wetness of it. Now at the bottom of the sky here we're going to get we'll get this last glow of winter. It's winter, I mean, the light in the evening. Because I can take some of these colours into the water, won't we? Because it'll happen in the water as well. Still a bit wet, but we'll try and get away with it. And I want to mix a bit of alizarin crimson, not raw sienna, and a bit of alizarin crimson into this, and just drop a touch of that into this bit here, like this. Just to tweak it a little bit. I think we'll have a little bit more. I like that. Makes a bit more colour. I made enough. I dip in there. That's a bit too strong. Take some of that out. I don't want that much. It's a delicate operation. In fact, what I'd like, I'll tell you what we'll do. All right, we'll have the sun actually not gone down, but it's on its way. We'll have it about there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Get a nice tissue on that and take the colour out there. Be nice, wouldn't it? Something like that. I've got to be careful. I could put some twiddle over it and stuff like that. Experimentalist, folks. This is what I like. I like it when I don't know what I'm going to get. That's lovely. So I'm on the same journey as you. It's fantastic. And then right from the top, coming down, well, before I do that, I'll just pick up some of these reds. These have got to be sort of represented in the water as well, haven't they? Don't forget that. So look at that. Big splash there, isn't it? Across here. So see how we're going. I like this paper because it although I've dried it with a hairdryer, it's still got moisture in it, and it stays that way for a while and allows me bags of time to sort of to work it. And on the top, I want some of this dark here, some touches. This is French Ultra and burnt umber. This is the just tested on a piece of paper. Make sure it's right what I want. Just a bit more blue in there. This is what we want. Right, I'll just throw that red into that there. And of course that dark colour wants to come down here as well, doesn't it? What's upstairs is on the floor as well. I'll try and remember that. And as I say, when I start looking for things to do, stop for a bit and go into something else. That's our sort of our undercoat, if you like. And in fact, I want to let that dry a bit and see how we go. In fact, I forgot to do was lift a bit of colour out of here where the sun's setting and the sun's reflecting in the water. So let's see if I can. I've got a stiff brush here. See if I can take some of this colour out while it's still a little bit damp, just here. Just a stiff. Yes, it's an oil painting brush actually. That'll do. Right, let's try that, folks. So let's carry on from here. Now, in this painting, this is actually well, if you haven't been to Venice, this is the Grand Canal here, and it's a lovely city, isn't it? And in the distance, you can see the silhouette there of there's the custom house just there, and here is the cathedral church of Santa Maria della Salute. It's absolutely stunning. It is. And it'll just be a silhouette in this light, of course, but we'll see how we go. And in the distance over there, right in the distance, I want to just depict the island with San Giorgio Maggiore on there, the church San Giorgio. So let's start with the weakest mix I want of all, just to sort of, let me just test paper. I don't want to put the big guns in straight away. It wants to start a faint across there. So I'm mixing a bit of colour, so some ultramarine and that alizarin crimson. But I don't want it too strong to start with. Just a palish colour, hardly suggesting. So right across in the island there, across here. Just wanted to show. I've got too much water on my brush. Just a slow slight. If I had a touch more blue in that, I want to. Just want it suggested in the distance there. Nothing special. You can hardly see it, but it's there, and that's where the waterline is, of course. Church in something like that. Is distant buildings, you'll not see them at all, but that's where we are. And of course, just here the sky and the water is the same colour. It's just blending in, which is lovely. So that's coming across here. Oh, what a city! What a city! It's beautiful. I love travelling around there, and of course, being a Yorkshireman, I don't like to pay a lot of money out. And these gondolas, if you ride on these things, well, blooming heck, you want a mortgage, I'll tell you, it's so bad. But Cal and I, we found the best way of doing this is get off the ship and get onto the water taxis, which they call vaporettas, which go down the Grand Canal, and you can go from one end to the other, return. In my days it was about 17 euros, probably about 20 now. But the thing is, it takes you the full length of the Grand Canal, and you can see everything, all these posh buildings and stuff like that, what people pay hundreds and hundreds for to go on these gondolas and that, to be taught how to see it, and they take it out to you in history and all this, and we see it all for 17 euros, which is smashing, isn't it? And you can sit there and take your photographs as you go along. It's lovely. Right, we're still on our background, don't forget. And this, when you go on these vaporettas, it takes about there and back round the journey. It takes about 2 hours. So it's cracking value for money. You can't go wrong, really. It's a bit strong toned, you see. It's a bit strong. Just get the colour right first. Better. This is the custom house just here. That's where they dish up all the dough, and we'll sort it out anyway. And of course, Venice is built on a swamp. You know, it's I don't know the full history of it, but apparently the Venetians were persecuted by the Romans. I think it's the Romans anyway, and they were shoved onto this swampy land because nobody wanted it. I know what they've got now. They've made this beautiful Venice. It's all done on pillars and things like that. But absolutely stunning it is. It's sinking all the time though. Be careful. It is. The piece coming forward. I'll just lighten that value a bit now to bring in the Santa Maria. Good little brush, this. It's been lurking on the table, and I've just picked up some number 6, Scepter Gold. Lovely brushes they are. They're a blend of sable and synthetic, which is good because the sable gives you the water retention on the brush, and of course your synthetic gives you a better point. So it's a win-win situation. A sharpening wind is in, or people. It's hopefully just a lovely suggestion of a silhouette for you. It's start of the point, yeah, top here. It's got a little point on the top. Sort that out. Oops, a bit too much liquid on there. I don't want to muck it up, no, on this stage. And then the dome. El Duomo, as the Italians say. El Duomo, I think it means the cathedral. As I said, I did some teaching in Tuscany and that, and I tried to learn a bit of the language. Beautiful language, but I'm hopeless. I managed to get pasta out and bolognese, lasagna. I was quite good at them words, but not very good at the proper words. I got to know l'autobus is a bus. What you need a bus for in Venice, so I don't know, because there isn't any. But I had a lot of fun when I was in Tuscany, trying to make head or tail of it. I'm just talking because it's not much going off just now. It's just a bit boring, this bit. Take a bit of heat out of that. Just some of the colour out of it. I think I might just put a couple of twiddly bits up here as well, to spiky bits. I'm sure there's lots more bits in this. I've simplified it. I'll put a little bit of twiddle down here as well. put an extra coat of this on here because it's lost its touch. It was going behind the Santa Maria, and I don't want that. It's got to go in front of it. There. Let's brought it back to the front. Right. Now there's some buildings at this side, obviously down the canal, the hotels and stuff like that. So I'm just going to put these in, and I'm not going to sort of make them like features. They're just going to be suggested. If I start putting, you know, people eating pasta and stuff like that, it's going to spoil it. So I've got to strengthen it a bit as it's coming closer to us. So we'll add similar colours like this, but we give it a bit of warmth because it's coming towards us. That's the glittering crimson. And the ultra. Let's get a bit too strong there. I might touch it. Make it a bit more warm this time, but leave the glittering crimson in it. And we've got some sienna in the sky, so I might put a touch of that in. So we start getting a bit of warmth in these buildings here. So I'm just going to put shapes in here. I'll start with this one here. They're good, these chisel brushes. Ideal for this job. Peel that off a bit. All I've done is dip my brush in water and made it paler than that, see? Because that is further back than that. So it's going to be slightly paler. Just a touch, but I'll bring this down to here because there's all sorts going off down in the front, but I don't want it to get involved. There's some rooftops on them. I'll put the rooftops in now. I think we'll have the odd window in there, just a touch. I'll get a small brush and I don't want to get bogged down by detail though, because that's when you get bogged down. There'll be sort of balconies and stuff like this on here, but I don't want too much of this. Just going to be suggested as it's. There's something happening, but you don't know what it is. Same with this one, there'll be one or two windows in this thing here. Perhaps a balcony on that there. And of course, as you go further back, the detail will weaken as well, won't it? As I say, it's not anything special, it's just saying something. I'll put a roof on these things. Put a bit darker roof on there, I think. Little bits like that. Leave a bit of the colour below showing through it. A bit weaker on this one here. Oops. Down there. You see the edge of the gable end of that building. And I'll put one or two bits of darky stuff down this front here. I don't know what it is. It's dark. So if it's dark, it doesn't matter, does it? It reminded me of I was painting did a painting course with a lady. We were doing this scene, and she got up and she wanted to look what was behind this sign that was on the painting that she was looking at. I said, well, what the heck do you want that for? She said, well, I want to know what's behind it. That's why if it's behind it, you can't see it, so don't bother. Just forget it, love. We've got a bit of a laugh about it, like you do. Because all my courses were more of a laugh than anything. In fact, I used to put in the brochure, if you're serious, don't come. Because I want to go away with enjoyment, not a miserable face. So we're trying to anchor that there. There'll be dark bits and all sorts. And I say you don't want a lot of detailing because it's all in. It's a tonal painting really. I want to put some sticky up bits on that because it's a bit on there. You got to get rid of this sort of stuff. Some bits up here. These are like stanchions. What the gondolas are sort of moored to and stuff like that. There's a hell of a lot of them, you know. I suppose there's a lot of gondolas. I'll just bring one or two in to start with, because there's plenty to come over here. There'll be a bit sticking out. Just put that down there. A bit sticking out from these things like this. Which are like just in the distance gondolas, if you like. Put a sticky up bit at the front there. Right, let's have a look at one or two of these boats here. Now there's a selection of them, and of course as they come forward, they're quite close together. These, so there'll be a similar value in colour. So let's put a bit more colour onto this palette here and make sure we get they're using the same colours, of course, because we want to sort of keep the theme colour of the painting all the same, and then you've got harmony, haven't you? See if that's all right. That should be okay. That one stops just as the other one starts, so put this one in as well. curvy things, these things. They must cost a fortune to make because they're a weird shape. And it costs a fortune to ride on them. Of course, I suppose you're paying for the gondola's wages as he keeps poking his stick in the water. Somebody's got to pay for him. You're on holiday, you're only spending money, it doesn't matter. But one thing, I mean, if you're going to have a snack or something in Venice itself, and if you go, you're walking around obviously, and if you go to the Piazza San Marco, that's in English it's St. Peter's Square. That's the place to go. That is the place. Now, what I mean is it's a place not to go, but it's a place everybody must go, and you're going to see the basilica at the end and all this, and it's all beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it at all. It's gorgeous, but to buy a coffee in the Piazza San Marco, sat down and sort of people watching like they do, it'll cost you an arm and a leg. Wonderful, absolutely staggering amount of money, but people pay. Now and if you go down one of the little side streets and sit in just by the inside where the tourists, where the locals are, you can get a good cup of coffee and a sticky bun for a quarter of the price. Well, mainly these gondolas, by the way, are black. But in this light, you get this like a weird colour. It's been a nice afternoon here. The sun's just gone in. It's a bit dark for me. I hope you're enjoying these lessons, rather. I hope I'm not just sat here twiddling my thumbs and doing them for nothing, because I'd love to share it with you. Bit of twiddle there. There's another boat in front of you, the big one. I think I'll just slip a light on a bit, see if I can see what I'm doing. Is that better? I might see a bit better. There's one in the front here, which is this one here. What I like about this is it's overlapping the one before it, and you get a link sort of thing, and it's like harmony. I say, if you get a chance to go to Venice, it's absolutely beautiful, and this certain as you go in the Grand Canal, well, not on the Grand Canal, this is outside in the main water. is certain islands like where they make that beautiful Burano glass. It's world famous Burano glass. It's stunning. It is absolutely. I've been to the factory there, and what they can do with glass is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Right, I've left the tops. I'm going to put a lighter colour because it's catching that little bit of light. I'll do that now. In fact, wash out my brush. You tend to have like a canopy over them or something like that. But we'll use the same colours what we've been using to paint them with, but do it a bit lighter. Just get the effect. Without sort of, I'm not trying to ruin their job, but this is the sort of stuff that you'll see. Twitty bits on there like that. Leave a bit of light where the sun's going to catch it up. The last rays of the sun, I should say. Of course, this will be. I'll paint this in to start with. Sort of a pale colour. Do you know, if I stop talking, I paint faster. I'm sure this painter will be off as long if I don't carry on talking. But I love discussing what it's like being there. You know, I'm enjoying it again, if you know what I mean. Might sound crackers, but it is true. Now this bloke's got a fair. So there's 4 of them there. Blimey, that'll cost. He'll be making a fortune. He will there. Still, good luck to him. And of course, I learned the language. You know, you've got to ask how much, haven't you? You know, la cuenta per favore. That's what you say. You tend to learn the important things, you know, like how much did it cost and ordering drinks. Like un bicchiere di vino bianco, per favore. But, you know, that's how at least you can get a drink then. It's just that as a rain, pour it down. Not in Venice, but in Chroma. So it's been one of those days. It's a gale force wind and a gale. Right, let's put some bits of rubbish in this, shall we? Bits of rubbish in this. What's in there? Just it was too nice. Let's break that line as well. It's all a bit pristine just now, but believe me, it won't be by the time I've done. Right, I think we've done that. I'll strengthen this water a bit to bring it a bit towards us now, folks. It's a bit flat and boring. So let's using the colours we've got in the sky, of course. naturally we want to keep the same theme. Let's a bit strong, but we'll see. And I don't want to lose too much of the light. It's ripply water, so don't go mad. It wants to be rippled, you know. It was smooth further back because you can't see those ripples there. But as you get towards the front, of course, you're going to get this sort of stuff. It's lapping up against stuff and like that. Of course, there'll be some darks where this boat is. Anchor the boat. Don't let it look as if it's floating in mid-air. Get it down. And this one, and these here. Make it a bit darker there. Blimey, the sun's out again now. Less of it in this country, isn't it? Wait a minute, you get something else. Where the waves are rippling like that, I'm trying to capture some of the dark areas. What's against the light? I'm leaving that area there. I don't want that there. It's still too strong there. I'll have that out. Put a bit in there where the sun is, but not too much. And the reason I'm doing the water first before I do the poles is because I don't have to paint around them then, do I? It's all about making life easy for yourself. What have we got there? Get some dark down here. That'll bring this forward, won't it? Dark's in here. And we'll get that sun glowing around there. Probably we might get a touch of this sort of stuff just on here. Well, we will, just a little bit. As it pitches across the sun there. Right. Now put a bit of detail in now, get some poles in and stuff like that, and don't let them people just sit there naked. We'll paint them now with something. Now these poles are really important to you because they set the picture up. They really do. It's just amazing. Well, these poles, I want them quite dark, but these in the distance, not too dark. So it's a balance really. Some of these here, there's these poles in here. Some in front of these various boats, because they're like garages, water garages. So they sit in between them, these poles. So you get poles overlapping the boats, or gondolas, whichever you like to call them. Up on top of that one there. What about here? I think I'll have one just here as well. Between the water here, this little brush is handy for this. Now as I'm going further back there, well, I do one or two of these more here, like this. And of course with perspective they get shorter, don't they? That way, not the tops, that way, because you're looking at it blowing down. So we'll put another one in. And I think what we'll do, some of these are paler as well. Right, that one will be the same colour. And that one. So there's like avenues where they go up and down with these boats. This is like a tourist place, I suppose. These are the back there. I want to put a bit more water to that, just to make these poles not as strong as the other ones. So I'm taking it back a bit. And hopefully this should take your eye into the picture. With a bit of luck. I don't want to tone this outside edge. I know I'm doing a lesson, but I look around for things to do as well while I'm looking. So that's the sunshine. That's that. Some of these poles. I'll put these people in first, I think, before I put any more poles in. Of course, Freddie, he can afford a gondola. He's got plenty of money. So we better put Fred in just here. He'll have a red top on, but it'll have to be subdued for the simple reason it's in evening, so it'll be a subdued red. Fred's jacket. There he is. And of course it's with Mabel as well. She likes a day out. So I'll put Mabel a nice top on. Not too bright, I don't want to outdo Fred. It's touchy that way. Not as miserable as that though. That's it, there's Mabel. Holding his hand. Or like that. It must have been the honeymoon, this. And of course there's two bridesmaids in the back, so we better put some clothes on them as well. I put one in a blue frock. How's that? She's got a nice blue frock on. She'll not compete with Fred then. Nice girl. Bit overweight, but not to worry. She's had too much pasta. She's hanging on for a grim death there. She's rocking a bit. And of course, there's her mate there. She's the matron of honour, or what they call them. What's she'll have on? She'll have on a lemon top on, a lemon. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? She's got a lemon top on. Oh, she's standing out, this woman. She's not sure what she's gripping all the side. I'll put some heads on them before they head out to sea. This is Fred, who's keeping an eye on Mabel. Honeymoon job, you see. There's Fred, happy. Got a peak cap on to Fred. And of course Mabel, she's, I think, between you and I think she's eyeing the gondola up. You don't know. She's looking a bit that way. Here she is. She could do the haircut, really, she could. This girl's got some flaxen hair. And her mate's got the same hairdresser. And this bloke who drives the thing is called a gondola. Gondola. He's gondola something anyway. And he generally has some black trousers and a red top, like Fred. So I put him some black trousers on for a start. He's got to be firm on his craft. He knows what he's doing. There he is. Dark-haired lad. Italian. And he's got a bright red jumper on. Whoops. Look at that, what's happened there. Can you see what's happened over there? It's all run. So if I can pull that bit out if I can. What a plonker. What a plonker. There's too much paint on, that's what the trouble is. There's his arm holding the pole and his other arm down here. When that dries, I'll put him a pole in, something to hang on to. In fact, I could put him one in now. Give it a pencil just now, see how it goes. Blue. So they're all happy. They're having the sail around the Grand Canal. Fred's got on his feet, I mean the gondola. I want to put some more poles in now because they're important, these poles. So, and these are near the front. They're going to be quite dark because they're near to us. So let's just darken these up a bit, shall we? I had the heater on here this afternoon, but it's roasting. I'm cooked. A bit stronger than that. It's a brush better than that somewhere. Get the right brush for the job. Let's try this. Well, this is a the three-quarter flat. So I'm starting at this side, so I'm working way that way. So I'll start with this first one. And these are not being cured, they're a bit rustic, these poles. So they wobble a bit and they're a bit chunky, some bits missing and stuff like that. Another one just here. Don't run by the same size as I. This is the one that breaks the horizon. It's lovely. What it does, it harmonises it and links the foreground of the painting to the distance. It's the link, the missing link. I'll put a bit down there like that. Touch of light on that one. I'll have a touch of light on this one as well. So just a flat, that'll do. Right, I'll just wash that brush out. I'll get another pole here. There's one here I've missed. I'm tempted to put one here, but no, I'll leave that because the sun's coming down that bit. Right, what have I got to do now, just to see if I've missed anything? Always check it over. Yeah, I think I'm going to darken it a bit more at the front to bring it forward a bit, just to give it more oomph. Let's darken this area a bit. A bit of red in it. Some of these waves. I wonder if you might get a touch. You might just get a touch of a reflection of the water from that gondola and that. So I think we'll have him reflecting a little bit. It's nice and dark down here, it's lovely. Put a bit of dark on the back of that building there. Some little touches in. Don't do too much, like me. Get some little bits, twiddly bits on the top of these things. Right, Mr. Gondola, let's reflect you a little touch in the water, shall we? You have a touch about there. And got some trousers as well. We'll see his trousers. His head. Not that big. his head. Well, we can touch Freddy, I suppose. He's just sat here like this. Just reflecting just here. And that lady, she's just reflecting just here. And Mabel, she's got a little bit of reflection just here. And the lady in lime green, she's got a bit of reflection just here. And so they're all happy. Have a lovely night. They're going to go out and have some antipasta and have some pasta and more pasta. Just soften that. It's a bit harsh, that this bit here. I'll just soften it a little bit. You might get 1 or 2 ripples up here, but I don't want to be. I've got to be careful because I'll be putting stuff in that shouldn't be there. See, just perhaps the odd ripple here. Nothing much. Sun's coming again. Trying to ruin my painting. I'll put something there to stop it. The sun's burning. It's been raining like mad just now, and it's burnt the sky out, and I can't win today. Anyway, folks, that's if I do any more, I'm fiddling. So. That's all for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed fiddling with it, and if you did like it, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. If you have any queries, pop them on the details below, and I'll sort them out for you. Okay? Bye-bye, folks. Bye-bye.